The Cool in School. The Cool in School. The Cool in School.
Hi, I'm Ravenelle, Superintendent of the Fitchburg Public Schools, and I'm glad to welcome you back to an episode of The Cool in School. This is a program that tries to bring some of the interesting, exciting things that are happening in our schools to the community and let them know that besides reading, writing, and arithmetic, there are a lot of exciting things that our students are a part of every week. And today we're lucky enough to have students visiting with us from Rheingold Elementary School, and they're here to tell you about a community service activity that they have been involved in. But before we talk about the activity, let's take this opportunity to meet the students that are here today. First on my right, we have Alana Perry. Alana, would you welcome everybody and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Alana Perry, and I have a dog, a cat, and I like to snowboard.
You like to snowboard. Well, hopefully that's not going to be for a while, although yesterday it felt cold enough that it could be snowing. The next person with us here is Rocco. Rocco, introduce yourself and tell us about yourself.
Hello, my name is Rocco. I love to fish.
Last name, Rocco?
Archipredi.
Archipredi. Okay. Next we have Kaylee Bray. Kaylee, welcome. Tell everybody about yourself.
Hi, I love to play with my American Girl, and I love my cat.
You like to play with your American Girl. Does she have a flower in her hair like yours? Because I know
No.
one of the things is that you can actually dress them to look like you. So maybe that's something that needs to happen. And next here is Caitlin Nagel. Caitlin.
Hi, I have three cats, and I like horseback riding.
And you like horseback riding. Good. That's great. And then Emily. Emily, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Emily, and I have a dog and a cat, and I love to ride my bike.
And you like to ride your bike. And your last name, Emily?
Fluid.
It's Fluid. And then we have a teacher here from Rheingold Elementary. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Mrs. Bellio, and I am their fourth grade teacher. I think they forgot to mention that they're all in the fourth grade at Rheingold School, and they have put together a group called Girls for Hope.
Great, great, great. So here they are, and they're here to tell us a little bit about the work that they have been doing to raise money for a place called Sherry's House, which is a place in Worcester. Who's going to tell us a little bit about Sherry's House? Okay, Alana.
Well, it all started, our nurse, Mr. Lilly, he heard about what we were doing, so he told Miss Bellio about Sherry's House. It's in Worcester, and it's where kids can go there because either they lost their home or their house is too far away from the hospital, so they can stay at Sherry's House, and they really make it feel like home. So after we went there, they sent us back certificates.
So you went to Sherry's House, all five of you went to Sherry's House.
Yep.
And what did you do there?
A lady named Robin, she gave us a tour around the house, and there was a 2-year-old staying there. She had cancer, and there was a 14-year-old coming in, and she has a brain tumor, so they have a hospital bed set up for her. And then we got little thank you notes.
Okay.
So Rocco is going to share his.
Rocco's going to share what's in the thank you note. Rocco, go ahead.
Mark Twain once wrote, "Kindness is a language which deaf can hear and blind can see. The kindness that you and Girls for Hope has attended to the children and families of Wyoming is remarkable. Your hard work to raise money and support of Wyoming is truly touching. Your support helps us create everlasting memories for children with cancer and their families. While the story of the child battling cancer is inspiring one, your efforts to support the families those in fighting the battle is more touching. This mission is the one that is near and dear to our hearts. And we are only successful due to generous help from people like you. Thank you for being part of our Wyoming family.
So, so you had an activity, clearly they're talking about some activity that you had at Rheingold Elementary School to raise money for Sherry's House. And Sherry's House is just offers a place for people to stay who are dealing with a very difficult disease. Now, somebody here is going to tell us a little bit about the activity that you had to raise the money. Who's going to do that?
I will.
Yep.
I was at home and I was talking on the phone with Caitlin, and my mom, we said that we wanted to have a bake sale, and we said that we wanted to raise money for cancer, and my mom said, why don't you have a bake sale? And I told Caitlin what my mom had said, and she said that she liked it, and the next day, I told Alana and Emily, and they liked it. And then we went down to Miss Brady and asked if we could do a bake sale at the budding breakfast on
And
April
Miss
9th.
Brady is the Rheingold principal.
Yes.
So you came up with the idea, and then you talked to some of your friends and said, does everybody want to do this? And it's to have a bake sale to raise money for Sherry's House. And who wants to tell us a little bit about how the bake sale went and how much money you raised? Someone else? Yeah, so that would be Emily. Tell us about the bake sale. What kind of cookies, how many you sold, and how much money you raised?
I don't know how much we sold, but I know that we had a lot of cookies, brownies, and cupcakes, and also all of us made homemade bracelets and necklaces, and we
Wow.
sold those too.
Made out of what? You made bracelets and necklaces made out of what?
Out of beads that we
Okay,
had,
yeah,
In yarn and string.
and string,
yeah.
and that whole morning at the bunny breakfast, we got $530.
Wow. Oh, this was at the bunny
48
breakfast, so
cents.
you already had a group of people coming to visit that day, so that was a great time to
Yeah.
sell.
We went to donate half to Sherry's House, and the other half we're gonna send a check to St. Jude.
Wow, very
Yeah, it
nice,
was for
very,
Relay
very
for
nice.
Life.
What's that? An extra piece? Kaylee, did you want to add something?
We were gonna give the $265 to the Relay for Life.
And, oh, right, so we're also supposed to talk a little bit about Relay for Life. Who would like to talk about Relay for Life? Elena?
Well, Miss Lampa, she's one of the teachers at our school. She retired. She always does Relay for Life with Miss Bellio and some other teachers. So Miss Bellio was talking to us about that, so she gave us a permission slip. And well, the sad thing is Caitlin and Kaylee can't go, so it's just going to be us. And so then Miss Bellio said we can have a team, and we Jasmine, a girl in our class, her cousin has cancer, so we're going to talk about Miss Lampa sponsoring him.
Yeah.
and
That's
stuff.
great. So, and Relay for Life, maybe Ms. Bellio can tell us a little bit about Relay for Life, because I know this has been a big commitment from the Teachers Association in Fitchburg.
That's right. They're going to be part of the Fitchburg Teachers Association team representing Rheingold School. And as all the teams do, they'll get some sponsors, and they will rock on June 10th and June 11th up in Gardner. And the money that they raise there, plus some of the money that they earn during the bake sale, will be included towards that and donated to Relay for Life. The idea started, just as Kaylee said, as a phone call, but they also had an idea. When Kaylee introduced herself, she mentioned that one of her favorite things was her American Girl doll. And so the project started, how it became a class project is they decided to write a letter to the American Girl Association asking them about their idea of having a doll that could be used to raise money for the Cancer
What
Society.
a great idea. So do you have that letter to read?
Dear American Girl, as you all know, cancer is a big issue for a lot of families. So a group of my 4th grade friends and I came up with a good idea to raise money for cancer. We were hoping you could help us out. Our idea is that American Girl can create a doll, and part of the proceeds can go to the American Cancer Society. For example, $15 could go towards finding cures for cancer. It could also help to cure the sick. We are also hoping the doll's name could be Faith or Hope, whichever one you prefer. This would save many lives and make my friends and I very happy. Please let us know what you think of our idea. Thank you for reading our letter. We can't wait to hear from you. Sincerely, Kaylee Bray, Emily Flewitt, Alana Perry, and Caitlin Nick.
And when did you write this letter?
About 2 months ago.
So have you heard anything back yet?
Not yet. No, they were disappointed about that. So, okay, go ahead.
By the point they finished the letter, I asked if I could join.
Ah,
So-
okay, all right.
So
So you're in there, you're representing us, Rocco, so that's important.
He's a helper.
He is,
Before-
good.
before-
But you know, and so maybe we can follow up on that. Maybe we should follow up on that, because I'm thinking, you know, one of the things that, because I had a daughter who had an American Girl doll, but one of the things about it is that girls are supposed to be able to see themselves in those dolls and somehow find an identity. And who knows, maybe there's time for a doll where somebody who's struggling with the loss of hair or all of those things could have a doll that they can identify with. So I think you people are onto something. And, you know, let's follow up after this and see what we can do to communicate that.
So they got together and they created a letter, and then while they were talking about that was when they decided to go with the bake sale. And even though these four planned it, they involved all the children in the class in 4KB, making signs, soliciting the other students in the building to donate to the bake sale. Do you want to talk about some of the other children that helped you put together the things for the bake sale?
Rocco did cross-stitching. Jasmine, she really helps a lot.
Yeah.
She drew pictures
What's Jasmine's
for
last name?
Stewart.
Stewart, Jasmine Stewart, okay.
And she drew a lot of things for us and made
Uh-huh.
clay cancer signs. So
So
we
she's the artist in the group? She helped
Yep.
make the signs?
And
Good.
some other people in our classroom helped us make bracelets and necklaces for recess.
So as we look at this experience, you know, from an idea, telephone call, and then talking to other friends, what are some of the things you've learned from this? What, you know, or experiences when you went to Sherry's house, you know, how did that touch you, or what was the experience? Rocco?
We learned that you have to be thankful for what you have, and you have to be thankful that you're not battling, and you have to go to the hospital every day to get treatment. So we're all thankful for that.
So thankful for what you have. Kaylee, did you want to add something? What, did anybody else want to add something of what you learned, or what was the most important experience of this whole project for you?
Well, what really touched me is seeing the 2-year-old there.
Yeah.
So what
Seeing
really
her.
touched you is seeing the 2-year-old and trying to understand how that person, you know, might be feeling or what they might be going through.
And when she first saw everybody, she said hi, and I was really happy that she said something to
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
And she was really polite. She said, "Excuse me," to
Right,
each other.
right. So there are lots of people that are going through difficult times and difficult experiences, and like you said, once you start talking about it, you realize that there are friends or relatives of people in your school who are having those difficult times. But this is a great project. You know, clearly, a school is such a great place to develop these things because you have a great workforce right there. When you come up with an idea of a project, you can see already that one person talks to another person, and then those 2 people talk to 3 more people, and then before you know it, you've got a whole class involved in a project, and after that, you've got a whole school involved in a project. So
Well-
that's a really good thing.
Another class, Miss Machado's class,
Yeah.
she's another 4th grade teacher. Some of her students, because Miss Brady, our principal, was talking to us about what we could do to help people out, because it's our last year there
Ah,
for the 4th graders. So they decided they could do something like we did with a penny drive.
And
perfect.
we're
Rocco?
also not trying to burn a bridge, the saying, but so we all, a couple of people in our class, we thought of, oh, maybe we could have bus helpers or class assistants.
Right.
So we went through the class. We went to the kindergarten, the 1st grade teachers, and asked them if they wanted help. through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have cafeteria helpers
All
for
right.
the kindergartners, so because they can't open their milk.
Yeah, so perfect. So here, this kind of got you thinking about how can I volunteer? How can we help in
Right.
other ways? So now you help with bus duty, you're helping, even little things like helping a kindergartner open their milk carton, things like that.
And we
Well,
hold,
yeah.
and we hold bus signs so the kindergartners
So
know
they
what
know
bus
where to
they're
go, right? Because you are the big people on the block. You're the fourth graders, and next year, you're kind of going to be back at the first level again, starting your middle schools. But I think you're going to make great middle school students, and I'm sure the middle schools are excited and looking forward to having you there as you continue, your time, in the Fitchburg Public Schools. So I want to thank you, each one of you, for the work that you're doing to help other people. I'm just presuming your grades are good and you're doing your homework and you're coming to school every day. So that's a good thing. And I want to thank Miss Bellio and the other teachers in the school. Good luck with the Relay for Life. I'll brag, since you won't, that the Fitchburg Public School teachers oftentimes take the top award for having raised the most money in the state, and that's a real privilege. So with
I
that,
think before you end,
yeah.
Rocco has something to give you.
oh,
We have some cancer pins.
oh yeah,
for
I
you.
was wondering what that was.
And
We sold those
your-
at the bunny breakfast.
Wow.
And your secretary
Okay, thank you.
and your wife.
Oh my gosh, okay, so we're all set. And you know who my daughter, I have a daughter who's 21 and she takes part in Relay for Life all the time. So here you go. These are my gifts a reminder of Relay for Life. I want to thank all of you, thank the school, Rheingold, and just another glimpse into some of the things happening in the Fitchburg Public Schools. And that's it today for the Cool in School.